An open house at the Island Rec Center last week got us one step closer to finding out exactly what our drive to the island might just look like before the end of the decade.
For months, we've been talking and we've been looking and we've been planning and we've been drawing pictures. It looks like the picture, at least of the primary alternatives, has been drawn. How different is it from what we were looking at last summer, and when are we going to start turning some dirt?
Well, to answer the first questions first,
Yes.
We've reduced the amount of right-of-way that we're going to need by a little. We've helped out the subdivisions that were a little concerned about that right-of-way. And what we've done is reduce the lane width in that area. It's still a 4-lane highway, but there'll be 10-foot lanes instead of 12.
So part of this project, we're coming out here to present at the public information meeting for the 3rd time and kind of proposing what changes we're going to make based on what we brought to the public hearing. So the bridge is going to stay the same. There's no proposed changes from what we showed. It's still going to be a 6-lane structure over Pinckney Island going to the south side of the current bridges. All right, so the proposed change on the islands includes this meander going through Jenkins Island. We're also eliminating the access on Jenkins Road and redirecting it to this signal. That way all the intersections are flowing through this current signal. All right, there's no proposed changes coming on except when we get to the intersections. So this is Squire Pope and US 278. We are now going back through with traditional intersections. So we'll have 2 lanes going left onto Squire Pope. These will have long storage to help the main lines flow a little bit further. We're also proposing an additional through lane on Squire Pope to receive the turning lanes. A dual right stop condition. What we had previously showed a single right turn lane with a free flow. However, due to impacts, we went with a dual right with a stop condition. This also includes, we took out the U-turn that was proposed at Old Wild Horse, and this will function as it normally does now. So there's no U-turn and signal at the current intersection. We still are proposing the widening here. And then we have also added in the left turn back at Spanish Wells. And we've also added dual left turns from Spanish Wells to 278. Those are the major changes we've had at the intersections.
Craig Winn, about 97 public hearings we've had over the last couple of years. You've been at all of them. You've listened to everybody from every side. Are we going to get this thing done?
That's our hope. We're hopeful that the public's going to respond positively to the changes. Our hope is in June to have the finalized environmental document to continue moving forward with the project.
When we talked last July or August or whenever it was, the state had some fairly innovative and interesting kinds of changes that the town didn't much like, and they've come back, and you guys have been back and forth, and it looks like we're sort of back to plan A, which was leave everything alone, just build us a couple of bridges and get us through this neighborhood with as minimal impact as possible.
Yeah, so we've gone back and kind of looked at ways to still be innovative and improve the traffic conditions, but back in for people to be understand the traffic patterns and help all the residents on the island, and making sure that we're treating the left turns. We had to add a dual left-hand turn at Squire Pope Road to help service the to the north end of the island, but we're able to still pass the traffic through on 278 to keep everybody moving. It all becomes a balancing act. We were trying to balance it before, and this is it equals impacts wise. We're able to do some other improvements that reduce lane widths, to reduce impacts within Stony. We were able to eliminate the acceleration lane off of Squire Pope Road onto US 278, which helped reduce some of those impacts to the residents that we were most concerned about within Stony.
I think folks are going to learn, if nothing else, from this whole exercise, that there are different ways to do things that end up getting you to the same spot.
Yeah, we can look at a few different ways. Yeah. This was another option we had. The traffic performance is a little bit, a little additional delay on the main line and the side streets, but it's still an acceptable level in the future, and it provides access to everybody throughout the corridor.
I know you can't guarantee any kind of timelines because there's a whole lot of other people involved who are going to impact all of that. What's the general, in your head anyway, timeline for the next year and a half?
So, our goal is within the next year to start right-of-way acquisition. 2024, start of construction. We're anticipating taking about 3 years for construction. So, we're looking at 2027, early 2028 for final completion of the project.
You can learn more about the project at SCDOT278corridor.com. That's SC.278corridor.com. And you can still comment whether or not you like it or don't like the plans until March 26th. Up next, we're going to hear about an Olympic champion who was in town this past week to help honor a tennis guru. Jackie Joyner-Kersee coming up next.